Howdy folks, Drake Indrill here again, and I ended up having myself quite the little adventure. I went into the Connecticut system just wanting to look around, and what I found was when I got into Connecticut through New York, what I found was a jump gate that took me to the Alaska system. The Alaska system, the whole system is practically nomad territory, so I was doing a lot of ducking and dodging and running, not wanting to get my butt handed to me. And just a lot of bugging out, getting out of Dodge. And while I was getting out of Dodge, there was this wreck here. I got that wreck, got the loot, and then on my scanner popped up the Omicron Minor jump hole. And I thought to myself, I remember that system vaguely. I'm going to jump through. So I went to Omicron Minor, where I ended up running from more alien bad guys. came through here, and just automatically I was in the middle of the nomad aliens fighting the order, and I just hit my cruise speed and just started going. I clicked on the first thing that I could, which was Planet Toledo, and I went there. While at Toledo, I docked on Toledo, sold the stuff from the wreck that I had got, most of it, and then I went to the battleship ISIS, where I ran into a little problem. Glitch in the mod. It's something that's always existed. You know, in multiplayer, there's a simple fix for this, and it's log out, log back in. Single player is a little different. See, what happened was, while trying to exit the battleship ISIS, I got stuck. The large transport I was flying could not get out of the docking bay, so I was stuck. Didn't matter what I did, I could not get out. Now, I was on Discord with Gib at the time and telling him what was going on. He was trying to help. Now, I swear we used to run a different version of this mod that didn't have this problem. And another reason why I now believe that this is a different version of the mod, I'll get to in a minute. But nonetheless, in order to get off the battleship ISIS, I had to give up my large transport. It was the only way I could undock the ship. So I ended up buying another ship. It was called the Mars Flyer. Yes, from the old 1950s, I believe it was. The old Mars Attacks movie, or Planet War of the Worlds, or whatever it was. People might know exactly what I'm talking about. Some people might not. It's funky looking little alien ship with a antenna coming out the top. It's the only thing I could buy there that would get me off the ship. So now I was in this tiny little fighter in a nomad-infested system, and I needed to bug out. I died twice coming off of the ship. Nomads opened fire as soon as I hit open space, and then I looked at my map and I saw Omicron Delta, and I was like, oh, I remember that one. I'll jump there. So then I went to Delta. Delta, I flew around, flew over to the Lost Battlestar. Yes, this mod also has Battlestar Galactica ships, except this particular Lost Battlestar is hostile, which I found out as soon as I got close. No, I didn't die, but it did take a bunch of my shield and a little bit of my hull. I circled around. I forgot that this wreck. I looted this wreck first. Then I circled over to the Battlestar where I discovered it was hostile. Circled this direction, and then I looted this wreck. And then I proceeded to go this way. Jumped through the unknown jump hole, which immediately was hostile, so I came back through into Delta. I went to Freeport 11, and then I went to Yaren Base. And then I looked at my map, and I had some online maps actually. Or no, it was a Freelancer companion I was looking at. I keep forgetting. It's a map helper, sort of. I looked at the unknown system I was jumping into, and I realized that it led somewhere that looked kind of familiar. So then I went to the unknown system, where I got close enough to where I realized the planet Gamu and the planet Primus sounded familiar. The system itself also looked familiar because once upon a time, Gib and I and a few others spent a lot of time in the Omicron systems that neighbor this system. So I went to planet Primus, where I was able to get into a vessel that was a little better equipped. Yes, it was an alien vessel. And then I jumped into Delta. Yes, that's right. I jumped into Delta. No, it wasn't Delta. It was Gamma. Theta. Yeah. Yes, that's right. I jumped into Gamma. No, I didn't. I should probably go back and check these wrecks, although I'm not particularly fond of the idea because it's still crawling with nomads, and they are not nice. But from here, I went to Planet Crete, where I bought. No, I didn't buy anything in Crete. I jumped from there. I jumped to Theta, Omicron Theta. I got into Theta, and I hit Freeport 9. I came from Gamma, I hit Freeport 9. I should go into 74, but I'll get to it. Freeport 9, and then I was circling the system, and pop on my scanner plant Corfu base, and instantly I remembered. And this is a massive nostalgia trip. I remembered what we used to do when we played on a server years ago. We formed a clan or guild or whatever you want to call it. I don't even remember what we called it. But on this particular server, there were rules for clans and whatnot. And one of the things we were able to, in the server we were playing on, you could claim a system as your home system. Me, Gib, and a few others, we claimed Omicron Theta as our home system, and our home base we decided was Corfu. It instantly hit me. I landed Corfu, and took a minute to refresh Gibbs' memory because I was still on Discord with him at the time. But so here I am on Corfu. From Corfu, I decided to jump up to Sigma 17. Sigma 17, I instantly remembered, again, because we spent a lot of time in these Omicron systems back then. And immediately, I was like, oh, I remember this. Immediately through the hole, my scanners picked up the Mongoose wreck, so I looted that. And then out of pure, I want to call it reflex memory, because we used to do this a lot, I pointed myself straight down. And I said, this is the system where there's a jump hole that's way down below plane. And I pointed myself over in this area. But I was close enough. Well, my scanners picked up the Munich jump hole. Now, this is what I was talking about, where I now know this is a different version of the mod that we played before. Because this Munich jump hole, this jump hole here, I could have swore, I would have bet money, I would have bet you anything that this Munich jump hole was actually way over here, and it was at least 20k below plane. We did it so often, so much, that trade route is like engraved into my memory. So I know that jump hole was over here, and it was below plane. But nonetheless, it came up on my scanner, Munich jump hole, a lot closer, and it was actually not far from the Mongoose. Now, I jumped into Munich, which is there, and I did a circle of the system. I hit this wreck, I hit the Lundberg jump hole. I did go through it and then come back through the other side. I went over here, went through the Frankfurt jump hole, went in and went out the other side, came back from the other side just to get the stuff on my map. And I flew down through this asteroid field down to planet Bonacy. Oh, some of these names are so Yeah, anyway. I docked the Asberg orbital colony, and I started selling off some of my loot, and I decided to look and see what they had to offer. And I noticed while I was there that they were selling units of water for 18. You could buy it for 18. And I looked at my trade at the best known price to sell. And what would you know? It was the best place to sell the water was base Corfu. So I loaded up on water and I came back to Corfu. Now remember, I bought it for 18. Now I'm selling it for 245. Small profit. I just wanted to do the run once just to see what it would do. Not a very profitable run. Maybe if I had a larger cargo hold. Now, see, here's another thing I'm talking about. Here's the Colonial Viper. This is a battleship, Battlestar Galactica ship. And then Zoner Juggernaut. It's so big you can't see it in the preview screen. Gib wants this ship, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I'm back at Corfu. Just sold off the water, made 7,000. I might switch back to a transport of some type, because also there in Munich on the main planet, I just noticed that I could buy the large train. This is I believe it is the largest transport cargo ship, but nonetheless. So, like I said, I'm back in Corfu, and what I think I'm gonna do, I did not realize that was there. I think I'm gonna go back to Gamma. There's another ship I want to see if I can get. It's a Corsair ship, and Gamma is a Corsair system, I believe. Yeah, Gamma. I think it's at the shipyard. Gibbs says there's nothing out there, but once again, my memory is banging on the back of my head, saying, "Hey, go look at the starport or the shipyard." So, even though Gibbs said there's nothing to see, I'm gonna go look.
Freelancer Outfit 1, Trans 1. This is everything's go for launch. Good journey.
This is the ship I ended up in. This is a Corsair gunboat. I think it looks like a lunchbox.
Go to.
Yep, definitely a lunchbox. There's the handle, and there's the part that opens up so you can get your lunch out. If this was a server, I would be half tempted to change my name to Lunchbox. So I'm just flying along. I'm going to see what I get off the Rebel, and then I'm going to jump back into Gamma, and I'm going to go to the shipyard and see if I'm right or if Gibbs right. the ship I'm thinking of was not at the planet.
Danger. Radiation damage.
But it is a Corsair
detected.
system, and the ship I'm kind of looking for is a Corsair ship. Although if I happen to find the Gib, you'll have to refresh my memory later. Where do I find the Republic cruiser?
Objective reached.
Let's see.
Failure.
What did I get? No, those are turrets that I'm holding on to. I'm holding onto that. I'm holding onto that. Buckshot. Paralyzer missiles.
Hey, don't fall asleep on me. Out here you'll get us killed.
Yes, I bought an armor upgrade while I was out here. Oh, okay, just a bunch of weapons. Gamma.
Dock.
Now, over near Corfu Base, there is another jump hole, and this is another one of those things that is banging on my memory. I know I'm gonna, when I try to use the Freelancer companion mod and do it by recording at the same time, switching to the companion actually shuts down the recording. So after I get back from this little run, I'm gonna try and hit the jump hole, and to the best of my memory, I am going to try to remember where the wrecks are in that system.
He's hitting me. I've picked up an uninvited guest.
That's my destination. I've got to do a big wide circle because when you get too close to this, you start to burn.
Danger. Entering Sun Corona.
And that's what I was talking about. Got a little too close. Okay. Tripoli Shipyard. Gib, I know you said there was nothing out here, but I think you're wrong. I think I know exactly what's here. Now you're probably going to tell me this might be one of those I told you so situations, but hey, I have to look.
Dock.
Roger that. Your request is granted. Please proceed forward. Corsair 616-3. This is Tripoli Shipyard. Everything's go for good luck out there. All right.
There's a chance I may get stuck coming out of here. Hopefully that is not the case. Okay, Gib, you were right. I could have swore there was stuff that we bought out here. Specifically, what I was looking for was the Corsair cruiser. I remember that ship, and I kind of miss it. Anyway, so that's that, I guess. Tripoli Shipyard. Been to the planet Crete. That's where I got this ship I'm in currently anyway. I think. Oh, why not? I'll go there anyway. Just to double check.
Freelancer Alpha
Don't get
1,
stuck, don't get stuck, don't
This
get
is
stuck.
Tripoli Shipyard. You are clear to
Don't get
launch.
stuck.
Good
Oh,
luck out
thank you, I
there.
didn't get stuck. Did I do a topsy-turvy flip around? I think I did. There it is.
Corsairs Omega 4-2. This is Tripoli Shipyard. Good luck out there. All right.
Now, there was something that we used to run back and forth between here and Munich. And once I get here, I'm going to look at the trade commodities and see what it was. Well, my memory's starting to pick up a little bit better.
Dock.
I'm remembering a little bit more and more. For example, I know my current weapon configuration is a power drain from hell. I remember having a similar setup that wasn't a power drain, and I just got to figure out what that was. Alright, let's see, what are their commodities? I may have to be better reputation with them. See, artifacts, I could run all the way to Manhattan. But there was something else that didn't... Passengers, very little profit. Water, VIPs. I don't know, maybe this version just doesn't have... Maybe it just doesn't have what I'm looking for. Let's see. Oh, I wish that we had storage. Sell that. I wish we had storage facilities. Then I could just dump all this stuff in storage that I don't really want to get rid of. Energy use 650. Energy use 4,000. Hull damage. Ooh. Ugh. Does a whopping amount of damage on a shield. But if I'm gonna go nomad hunting, let's see, basic gunboat turret. We'll sell this. See if I can. Yeah, I Alright, I'll do it. I can come back. I know where to buy them now. The lack of cargo space is killing me. Buckshot. See, I have one of those mounted already, but that's a gun mount, because my ship only has one gun mount. The rest are turrets. So I decided to throw on one of these buckshots. Alright, let's go back to Theta. Actually, I'm looking at my recording time, and I think I'm going to call this video it, and perhaps I'll pick up another one right away.